Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you all. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about red flags and green flags. Now, I'm sorry, I'm wearing my big fluffy fleece. I know it's the end of August, but it's freezing here. I'm in the UK. If you hadn't guessed already, my name is Jenny Rock and I am from Jenny Rock Coaching. Now, my forte, if you like, is relationship coaching, specifically divorce and separation. However, just for change today, I'm just going to kind of flip over to the positive side of relationships, because I do think it's important that we know a lot more about what we should be looking for in relationships and what we shouldn't be looking for in relationships, so that we can make better informed decisions and choices about who we spend our lives with. And when I talk about relationships, now I am also talking about relationships with family, with friends, with potential, sort of love matches, whatever you want to call it, potential romantic liaisons, and who's going to be there for you in the bad times as well as the good. Now, there is a psychologist in Australia who has done a piece on this, and she's come up with some really good ideas and some really good information, because we're always looking for red flags. I don't know, have you noticed, we're always looking on the negative. We're always looking for the bad things in life. We're always seeing on the news all the bad things that have happened. We very rarely see the good things in life. We very rarely talk about the good things. It's just assumed that those things are happening. And that's not always the case. So Nancy Sukarno, who is from Sydney, and she's a psychologist, says that whilst we're all aware and regularly look out for people's red flags or warning signs they're not right, we are often not so on top of the positive traits that could make them someone worth spending time with. So there are 6 positive things that you need to look for in a person, and how to identify them in someone. So the first one is that you can be yourself. So if you have a friend, a family member, or a relationship, and you can just be yourself around them and just relax and be comfortable in your own skin when you're around them, then that's a green flag, because everyone should be able to embrace, accept, and love themselves. You know, we are who we are, and you can't expect other people to change, just as they can't expect you to change. And when you have someone who loves you for who you are, it's even better than anything else. It really enhances life, because you can be yourself, you can be free. You don't have to put on a show, you don't have to put on airs and graces. They see you with your hair stuck up in all directions when you get out of bed in the morning. They see you when you've overeaten on pizza. They see you when you have stuffed your face full of chocolate and you're not sorry. They see you when you are just being yourself unashamedly, and that's a really good sign that a relationship is built to last. And the second one is that you make each other laugh, because laughter should never ever be underestimated in a relationship. Because if you've got someone that makes you giggle and just makes you smile, and when you think of them you just think happy thoughts, then that is the best feeling in the world, because laughter has the ability to heal us, and it can heal us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But you also have the research that shows that when you laugh with someone, you experience better overall emotional health and lowered levels of stress. So that's laughing. There's nothing better than a fit of the giggles, I can guarantee. Especially when you can barely stand up straight and you're kind of crossing your legs, hoping that you stop soon. So number 3, you have similar morals. So when you have morals, ethics, values, or outlook aligning with someone else, it's a really good indicator that the relationship's on the right track. And whilst it's not got to be identical, if you find out that someone's very similar to you in terms of their principles and their values and their ethics and their morals, then it can bond you together during difficult times and bring you joy in happy times. And then number 4 is you feel respected. So when you have respect for someone, it means that you accept them for who they are, including their flaws. Not in spite of their flaws, including their flaws. So you accept the flaws as part and parcel of that person's entirety, because respect allows you to understand each other on a different level, recognizing each other's capabilities and limitations. And respect is something that is very hard won sometimes, but so easily lost. So when you can respect someone, then that's something that's actually quite precious. And number 5, when you can openly communicate. So whatever the relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship, a family relationship, a friend relationship, communication is always critical to being on the same page. So when you attempt to see someone else's perspective as at the same time as when you're putting forward how you really feel, then that's actually really important. A little bit rare, but definitely important that you're able to do that, because you need to be able to set clear boundaries about what is and isn't appropriate, and you need to have agreements in terms of the ways that you communicate. You need to be able to communicate respectfully when you disagree with somebody. You need to be able to accept criticism when it is given to you respectfully, because it's an opportunity to grow. But when you have agreements about communication, then life is already 10 times easier, because the misunderstandings get cleared up so quickly. The alleged, sort of insults or proposed slights to you or against you, they just don't happen. So communication is absolutely key. And then number 6, you enjoy comfortable silences. So even though communication is important, being able to be silent around each other and to be comfortable with that silence is something that should never be underestimated, because if you can enjoy each other's company without needing a distraction or needing to fill the silence in some way, it's a definite green light. So there is some very, very key factors there in terms of silence, communication, respect, morals, values. You've got laughing, you've got being yourself. Those things are all absolutely precious in terms of relationships. And again, it doesn't matter what kind of relationships we're talking about here, any kind of relationship counts. So most of my work is done with women leaving abusive relationships. And one of the things that they really, really struggle with after they leave an abusive relationship is trusting themselves to move forward into any new relationships. And having come across this information recently, I do feel that this is an important message to get out there, that it's okay to trust your instincts, because when you have been through such an experience, once you have gone through the healing process, and only after you have gone through the healing process, should you be then ready to kind of move forward in terms of finding a new partner, if that is what you choose. And knowing the good things to look out for as well as the bad gives you even better chance of finding the right kind of relationship for you. So there we go, guys. That was my wisdom for today. I have my obligatory cup of tea because I'm in England. Star Wars mug today. I am your father on the other side. I'm nobody's father, I can guarantee it. But thank you for your time, and look out for my other videos. They will be coming soon. And if you want to know more about me, then come find me on www.jennyrockcoaching.com. Come and see what it's all about. Okay, thank you for your time. See you later.